So in reality, what is a qualified lead when you're running Facebook lead generation campaigns? Well, most high-ticket businesses don't have a lead problem, but they do have a qualification problem. They literally don't know who they can help and how to identify them specifically. Because a qualified lead is not just anyone who fills out your lead form. It's someone worth spending sales time on. For high-ticket services, every sales qualified lead must pass 3 filters. Can they buy? Do they understand the problem you solve? And do they have a willingness to talk to you? This first filter is reality. If they can't buy, nothing else matters. This is why ensuring if they are the decision maker and do they meet your minimum budget requirements are absolute non-negotiables. These are hard disqualifiers. Now, to break budget down further, I don't care too much about exact numbers because what I found is that most prospective clients don't have an exact number. So we give them a sliding scale. And a side note, when trust is built in the ad and you're educating people up front on the first impression, you earn the right to ask these heavy financial related questions in your form. The second filter is education. Do your potential clients understand the problem that you solve? So this assumes they've gotten value from the ad. You might have used a sketchbook, just like the format I'm shooting this in, or a Skillshare, or a static class video, or an iPhone notes, whatever. Point is, they've gotten value from this ad. You'll also be able to measure this at times because when you jump on your sales call or discovery call, they'll mention the ad that they came from. And if you're following up within 5 minutes, it'll be fresh front of mind for them to be able to mention to you. Bottom line, if this ad doesn't educate, the form has to work so much harder, and that's where most people fail. Third filter, willingness. Intent beats budget every time. Your potential clients need to answer questions properly. You don't want them to rush the form. You want this commitment of effort. I intentionally slow people down because this friction filters tourists from buyers. Now, most bad leads aren't bad people. They're just unqualified too early. The only difference between someone who's curious and someone who's sales qualified is education plus time. And once you define this, writing your lead form becomes very, very easy and very obvious. For example, the first filter, can buy. A lead form question might be, assuming your advertising campaigns were profitable, how much would you be comfortable spending on a monthly basis? Understanding the problem might sound like, based on what you've heard so far, what is the outcome you're looking to achieve from an advertising campaign? Willingness. Assuming everything looks good on paper and makes logical sense to you, when are you keen to move forward? Side note, the good thing about lead forms is people can only submit an inquiry once. This means if they decide to change their mind to try and get through to you, they can't. This ensures that the correct signals are being sent back to your ad account about these qualified leads and only qualified leads that meet this criteria that we're talking about. That's how you get more high quality leads over time from Facebook. Now, important point, if your sales cycle is between 7 to 14 days, timing matters now because follow-up speed does not equal lead quality. Many leads are labeled bad simply because no one called them fast enough. But bottom line, you must define your minimum criteria before you write your first ad script, obviously before you launch your first ad, and definitely before you create your first lead form. If you want my sales qualified checklist, this is the exact framework that I use to define a minimum criteria and turn it into lead form questions. Just comment the word SQL and I'll send it over to you.